So, Dan, you know what? This is a lot for, Aunt Susie to swallow, or for people, we talked about it's been 10 years. This is a lot for some folks to swallow, and even conservatives. I mean, the president said a lot here, and I don't think the country, not all of the country is there yet.
54% of the country supports all the same rights and responsibilities of marriage for same-sex couples. Upwards of 70–80% of the country supports ending Don't Ask, Don't Tell. These are mainstream positions on gay and lesbian issues. And, you look at what the president is doing, you look at what's coming out of the White House, and it's hard to label it as anything other than political cowardice and a reluctance to take any risks on delivering on the promises made to the gay and lesbian community during the campaign. We've been deprioritized. The lip service is lovely. It's a lovely speech, a lot of applause lines, but not a lot of action out of the White House.
Okay, Hillary, I have to say this, that I've noticed. Among my lesbian friends, they're very supportive, usually, of President Barack Obama, and they say, patience, 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 he's our best hope. Among my gay male friends, they say, do it, do something, the time is now, when is it going to happen? Why the impatience?
I don't think the issue is patience versus impatience or incrementalism versus get it all now. The fact is, doesn't matter what these guys say, laws take time to pass. Congress has to pass them. The only thing the president can do on his own is do the stop loss and end Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
And why doesn't he do it?
He can't end the law. I'm sorry.
I know he can't end the law. Why doesn't he issue the stop loss? Because
the gay military advocates have asked him not to, and you know that. And so what I'm saying is there is progress happening. It's not... Anyone who says incrementalism is bad doesn't understand actually how laws get made. Laws are, in effect, incremental. So we have hate crimes. Next month, the House of Representatives is going to pass ENDA. This is not, on my part, a defense of the status quo or a defense of simply stalling.
He keeps delivering this speech to us, Hillary, but he doesn't deliver this speech to the leaders of Congress. Why isn't he bringing this message to Harry Reid and Nancy Pelosi? Why just to us? Why are we the only people who hear this? He needs to go to Congress and slap the Democratic leadership around.
Hang on, guys, because I
want
Daniel Choi to get in here, because if there's any sort of discrimination that we're talking about here, he is the one who has been affected by it by not being in the military anymore. So when you hear the president say that and you hear Hillary say incrementalism and let's do this incrementally, how do you feel about that? Because you're no longer in the military. It's not working for you.
Well, when I hear the word incrementalism, I think I hear the word shut up and
Wrong.
Be a little bit more silent on it. But I know that silence is certainly not a strategy. Well, we have to think about one thing, not about polls or what's popular or what's politically feasible, but what message are we sending to the rest of the world when we have inequality here in our own military here at home? And that's something that affects us now.
I want Hillary to get in on this. Michael, I'm going to let you jump in, but Hillary, you were saying?
Well, I'm not suggesting stalling. I'm suggesting that laws get made and changed day by day, one at a time. That's how it works. That's the process. People might not like the process, but that's how it works. And the president is working with his generals. I don't think it's fast enough. I'm not defending the status quo, and I'm not defending patience. Yeah. What I'm saying is all of this action is actually moving in the Congress, and people need to push the Congress. But that is something the president has said he's doing, and it is happening.
Michael,
hang on. Stay at that instead of sitting back doing nothing and complaining about it.
The one thing the president has is the bully pulpit to really talk about these issues, which should have been going on from a long time ago. And it should have been to the Congress, and it should be to the Congress, and it should be to Nancy Pelosi, and it should be to Harry Reid. And he is not. He has dragged his feet, and that's what lost the faith of the masses of gay, lesbian, bisexual,
I do have to say this,
people.
so there have been lots of people who say, and by the way, Dan Savage had to leave because of his other commitment, so I kind of smile because everybody's talking at once, you guys, and including my producer. So, when you hear what you guys said about the incrementalism and about, taking things slowly and all of that, and all the criticism.
It's not slowly.
Hang on. Hillary, let me finish. And you hear the criticism that's coming from some in the gay community about the president not moving fast enough. If you were in that room or looking in that room, it appears that you would not have known that the opposite would be true.
Don, and let me be clear here. The Human Rights Campaign, a group that does a lot of good work and certainly raises a lot of money, but the people in that room were very well-heeled, mostly white, mostly male people of a very certain class.
Why do you say
Tomorrow,
that? What do you mean by that?
About,
Explain
because
that to me.
It costs money to go to a dinner like that.
But
and they are
why are you
people
pointing
who
that out?
enjoy going, because there are people who enjoy going to events like this. There are people who it's part of their social life. It's great. It's fine. It raises money.
That's silly.
But
That's
they
just
are
silly.
people who are not representative of the masses of people across the country. And so when you see them jumping up on a table, excited, they had a few drinks, it's not what's happening out there. There is a march tomorrow on the Mall. People are coming from all over the country, and they're impatient, and they worked hard for this president.
First of all, it's just silly. It's just silly to disparage the audience, which
Nobody's
is a relatively...
disparaging them, Hillary. I'm just pointing out
Michael,
a truth.
I let you have it. Let me have it now. What I suggest is that it's a relatively sophisticated political audience, and therefore they understand. They actually know that the president's going to be signing a bill next week. They know the House is going to be passing another bill in several weeks. They see the progress that it's been made, and they pay attention to it. And all I'm saying is that
and they jump up on a table and yell when the president says, "Hey, I love you." Come on. That's not sophisticated. That's easy. That's being easy, Hillary. That's being an easy date.
Michael, play nice. Let her finish her point. Go ahead, Hillary.
There is much to teach America. For Dan to suggest 54% means, overwhelming support in a very divided political country, I think is somewhat naive. The president has an enormous bully pulpit, as these guys have said, and he used it tonight to tie his success and his agenda with the equality for gay and lesbian people and our families. That is a huge success. It is not enough, but it is significant.
And Hillary,
I think
and Michael, we have to go. We have to go, but I'm going to give Daniel Choi the last word, and really shortly, Daniel, because we're up against a break here.
Sure. There was a lot of messages that were sent to a lot of people in that room and outside the room. The thing that I heard was, we have to keep our president's feet to the fire. That is the responsible thing that citizens do.
All right, Daniel Choi, Hillary Rosen, Michelangelo Signorelli, and to the just departed Daniel Savage.